Good morning, everyone. Today is the Tuesday, the 12th of May. So we are all gathering this time to do this morning chanting to show our respect and veneration to the Buddha for his kindness and compassion. So today, this morning, I will speak or explain on the principles of a practice for the householders from the Buddhist perspective. We have to remember that when we speak about the Buddhists, we have two different types of the Buddhists. One ordained one and another one is unordained. Ordained one are the monks and the nuns who have given up the family life and dedicated themselves to be a monk and a nuns living in a monastery, studying, practicing, serving the community. They have different principles to follow in everyday life, such as chanting, practicing, and welcoming and performing the ceremonies and so on. And in terms of the practice, again, dedicating themselves to cultivate in a wholesome. Whereas the second type is the layperson or the so-called karuhat or gihi, householders. They have a different way of a practice, different lifestyle. They have a family, they have jobs to do, and so on. As a result, the Buddha gave different practices to the householders, simply to cultivate wholesome and gain the prosperity in line with the Dhamma. The householders, again, can be divided in many different ways. One has a faith in the Buddha Dhamma Sangha, but never dedicate themselves to the Buddha Dhamma Sangha. Another, they visit or associate with the monks and the nuns, but still again do not contribute or work towards the spread of the Dhamma. And another, they not only study for themselves, they don't only practice themselves, but also teach or share the Dhamma to others, hoping others will follow similarly. So that's why there are different types of Buddhists, householder Buddhists available. And sometimes it depends on each individual's understanding and their capability to understand. In whatever ways for the householders, one of the key part in the practice, the Dhamma, is that having a successful family life and prosperity in a family life is the main agenda. And every householder wishes for the prosperity. Every householder's wish for the big earning and gain comfortable life. And there are many various reasons for it, for the living standard and also for the social standard. likewise. So, as a result, having looked at the virtues of the desires of householders, the Buddha also gave the first instructions that benefits in the present life. It's called the Ditta Dhammi Kattakatha, or the virtues that conducive to benefit in this present day life, or the present. And this is also known as the verses that makes one rich. So if you want to be rich and prosper in your life, you have to remember these virtues and practice in accordance with it. In Thailand, it's called Vajai Sati, and given to recite, hoping that after recitation they will get lotteries and they will be rich soon. That actually that recitation is not just a recitation, but we have to practice, then we get rich. So that's the verses or the gatha or verses that makes one to be millionaire is called Uakasa. Uakasa. U means Uttana Sampada, A means Araka Sampada, then Ka means Kalayana Mitata, and Sa means Samajivita. So Uakasa. Now Uttana Sampada is achievement of diligence or industrial in respect to earning and living, studying or fulfilling responsibility. There is a desire to do, not failing to commit, and regularly doing it. So committing oneself to do things, and then obviously that leads to the success. Araka Sampada is a protection, whatever you have earned, ability to protect. And the third one is meeting with or associating with the good ones. And the fourth one is the living life in a balanced way. So this Ditta Dhammikata Katha is referring to these four benefits. So when we say Uttana Sampada is industriousness in one's work, that one is working towards it and not being lazy and not making excuses of because of that, because of this, I am unable to do, which again oftentimes we hear about it, that oh because of this, because of that, I can't commit. If you are not committing yourself, then the success is very far away. It's like when we are going to somewhere and we do not want to walk. There are many who desires to be rich but lazy to work. There is one boy that I know, he always thinks about getting rich, but very lazy working and always spending money from their parents. And parents are also so kind in a bad manner. kind in a way that, oh, this is the only son, so we will earn and give it to him. So this way, this boy is spoiled and thinking that this boy is rich and never know how to work. So he never went to work until when he joined the university. And then he realized that it's necessary to work. And despite he was not ready to work hard, he's looking for only work that pleases him or only work that he thinks he wants to do. But he has a dream to be rich, and I told him many times that it's not how it works. If you really want to be rich, then you have to work hard and plan ahead. So he is not getting anywhere, but he has a big dream. He can't work at all. So that's why if we really want to be successful in our careers, in our life, we have to work. So it's called energetic. And developing our expertise in different ways and applying wisdom to develop on that path. Unless we put any effort and work without making any excuses, then there is possibility of a success. We all can develop. We all can improve. The matter is whether we like it or not. We want to do it or not. And especially being a householder, it's important that if you want to be successful, you have to work hard without making an excuse. And that working hard will pay you off later. Right? So that's why the first one, a virtue that is conducive for a householder's life is to work, or diligently working. People who diligently earn a living with wisdom tends to achieve success later in their life. So whatever needs to be done during that time, we have to do it. There is a saying that Pottakesu yang sipang Pottakesu yang sipang Parhattesu yang tanang. So the knowledge that is in the book, wealth in others' hand, is not belongs to us and that doesn't have any meanings to us. So which is the reason there is a saying that at 20 years of our age we have to pursue ourselves to study all skills, whatever skills possible, and then from 20 years up to the 40 years developing working skills as many as possible, or try to settle yourself down in any one career that you feel comfortable and be successful. And after 40 years, think about the family establishment and the progress in the family, planning for the family. And after that, planning for the later life. So after 50 plus, we have to think about our own health, our own departure. When one thinks in these ways, then one will be energetic to work and diligent in working. So doing things in a proper time, in a proper way, So those who are living in a luxurious life during the childhood up to the 20 years old, they will learn no skills. So all the parents, I would encourage you to let children do things, learn skills. Do not keep them in a cocoon so that they will be not prone to the society and will not be able to improve themselves. So this is called the Uttana Sampada, or the achievements of intelligence. Now the second one is called the Araka Sampada, which means Araka means the protection. And knowing how to protect the hard-earned wealth that we have acquired through the diligent and honest means. An ability to prevent them from being at risk or getting lost. If one is unable to save and protect one's wealth, it will surely be squandered. That's why whatever amount of money or things that we have achieved, we have to know how to protect them. You could invest them. You could save for the futures. There are many who think that money comes easily and not worried or not thinking about saving them for the future. Sometimes they spend more than what they earn, and then they even do not think of protecting it, which is the reason why sometimes people work so hard but have nothing in their hands but more credits and credits. So whatever you have earned, you have to know how to protect them. It's like once you have bought a house, you have to know how to take care of it. Like we have the center, and our center is very old. Old building, if I remember correctly, I think it's 128 years old cottage. And lots of water leaks, lots of problems, like recently we have a toilet problem and it's not completely fixed yet, and such as like that. So you have to know how to protect it, winds and water, fire and so on. Similarly, the money that you have earned with your honest and diligent, you have to know how to protect them, not letting loose. Oftentimes we are good at earning but not good at protecting, which is also downfall of achieving benefits in the present day life. The next one is called a Kalyana Mittata, or associating with the good people. Now this is very important. First two are our effort, our work. Mentally and physically we are fit enough to do. The first thing is working diligently. Second thing is protecting them. Now, working and protecting is our part, but it has a lot to do with our association with the people. Whether we will be able to protect the earnings or not, hard earning money or not, based on our relationship with the people that we met or that we associate. Obviously, meeting or associating with the not a virtuous people, then we will lose a lot. But if we are choosing virtuous friends, endowed with the faith and moral conduct and generosity and wisdom, and always avoiding committing from any evil deeds and ill-mannered friends, then obviously it boosts. And associating with the virtuous people is similar to having a bodyguard with us in all time, and wherever we are, whatever we do, so we will not be in the trouble. Whereas if we are associating with the evil ones, there always is a fear of losing wealth, fear of blaming, blameful, blameworthy, feeling of gossips, a feeling of any other troubles. So that's why this is very important to have a good friend. There are many stories that people, because of having bad friends, jump into the troubles. Troubles from small to the big. Many stories of getting imprisoned or getting physical harms and so on. And recently there was one boy who has who is mentally unfit. And because of the association with the wrong people, his mental state got worse and worse. And that's not healthy. Similarly, there are other stories that our own community, they earn so much every day, but because of associating with the wrong people, going night outing, partying, drinking, playing cards, gambling, and so on, as a result, they have lost their earnings. And no one is warning. So that's why, and then the problem is, how do we know that who is a good person and who is not a good person? And that we can check by their speaking, their behavior, their attitude, and how they speak. Such as, when we have a problem, they run away. But when we earn something, they come and celebrate. That's not a good person. And a second one, if we do something bad and yet we still got praised by these friends, then that's not a good friend. A good friend who will always protect us in front and at the back. And when we do something bad, our good friend will warn us, gives us advice that this is what you're doing is not right, you should avoid. And despite of that, if we have done that thing and we got in trouble, they will not leave you, always beside you. So that's the good friends. That's what's called friends in need are the friends indeed. So that goes the English phrase. So we have to associate with the Kalyana Mitta. So even the Kalyana Mitta, Buddha said that, and there was one occasion, Venerable Ananda said that having a Kalyana Mitta is half the journey in the spiritual path. But the Buddha said that it's a full part, because our association with the Kalyana Mitta, they will always encourage us to do good and protect us from all the dangers and encourage us to work towards the success, not only in a day-to-day life, but also attainment of the spiritual path. So Kalyana Mitta is very important for the successful in our life and happiness in our life. So the first two are our intention to do, and the third one is association. The fourth one is even harder and even more important. That's called a samajivita. Samajivita is a living in balanced life, or balanced livelihood, living in a moderation, ability to balance our income and expenditure, knowing how to save money and living in a way suitable for one's means. This is one of the important part. Sometimes people earn money but they don't have any savings. That's simply because they do not practice the moderation, and they don't know how to keep the balance, income and expenditure together. There is one boy, previously he was spoiled by his grandparents and never worked and always given whatever he wished, he was given that. And later it happened that he has to work for himself and earn for himself. But he's working 6 days a week, and yet he has no savings at all, because he spent a lot of money on his pleasures, thinking that he can earn that money like similar way every day or every week. And with that, he hasn't got any savings. And then, whenever he has to do things, he can't. Whenever he has to go somewhere, he can't, because there is no saving left. He's not putting his incomes aside for some reasons or to do something. And that's not how one should do it. And similarly, there are other members that I have seen and I have spoken with. They have more credits because they use credit cards and buy things, even though they do not need them, but they just, out of a pleasure, they just buy things. Similarly, there are other members whose earnings are very little, and yet they want to behave themselves like a rich, eat like a rich, associating or prefer to associate with the rich people, and buying clothes, expensive watches and bags and so on, but in their pockets nothing left. That's not the life that we should live in. According to the Buddha, when we earn something, we have to divide into 4 portions. Basically 3 portions, but we can use it as 4 portions. Suppose we earn £100, 25 pounds we should keep it for the future. 25 pounds for daily use, and then the 50 pounds actually use it. If I remember correctly, I forgot the divisions. Keep it for the future investment. And in that 20 pounds, the second portion, the 20 pounds, I think it will come later in the Sringalava, the Sutta study. It will come that how to divide the wealth. So Buddha was a great economist. So one portion, that 25 pounds, the Buddha said, again, divide into 5 different portions. 5 pounds for the family use, 5 pounds for the children's use, 5 pounds for the offerings, something like that. When we able to divide these portions in these ways, then we are living our balanced life, and we are keeping our income and expenditure, and whatever unnecessary expenses are going, we have to stop them. When we are able to stop in that way, then that our earnings will pay us off, and we won't be in trouble. So that's why I normally used to say, even I'm saying to everybody again and again whenever people come to discuss about their financial problems, I told them that living like a beggar, you are not a beggar, but living like a rich, you are not rich. So learn to live like a beggar, then you will be rich all the time. But if you live like a rich, then you can't be rich at all. So this is called the samajivita, or the balanced livelihood. So these are the 4 virtues that brings about abundance of wealth, honor, praise and friendship in this very life. Without a doubt, we will have enough to spend for our own well-being, and also we have enough to support our family, our community, and we have enough to support our own self for good and happiness. So that's why this is called the virtue, or the verses that makes one millionaire. Is the Ditta Dhammikata, which is the virtues conducive for the benefit in the present day life. So that's a Uakasa, Thana Sampada, Araka Sampada, Kalyana Mitata, and Samajivita. So best of luck, and may you all be well and happy and gain prosperity and be rich. And if you become rich, don't forget me for this counsel, what's called advice. Send some share to me too, okay? So with this, may you all be well and happy. Now let's do the chant.